Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to organize your freezer. This is a project that doesn't take a lot of time, effort, or money, and let me tell you, it saves you every bit of that. It saves you time for figuring out what you need to get from the grocery store. It saves you effort by having to dig through your freezer, not have to dig through your freezer after this, and it saves you money because it's going to help you not waste your groceries. This is an absolute game changer for your day-to-day life, and I swear to you it's gonna make a huge difference. So stay tuned and let me show you how to make your freezer a better place to be. All right, let's take a little peek inside the freezer before I got started. This was after I actually cleaned out a few things, so all things considered, not horrible, but also not ideal. Couldn't get to anything in the back, everything was stacked up and falling out. And this whole thing just needed a complete makeover. So step one is really easy. I basically just start by pulling everything out of the freezer, and I created piles on the floor and countertops to create categories for my bins. This allows you to take inventory of what you have to see what categories need larger bins and which categories need smaller bins. It's also a really good chance for you to throw out anything that may be freezer burned or past its prime. Okay, now I need to clean this out fast. To start out with a nice clean slate, I went ahead and cleaned the inside of the freezer just using a nice all-purpose cleaner. The one that I'm using in this video is one that I made myself using just 2 ingredients. If you want the recipe on how to make it, I will link it in the card above. Now, to keep from getting a thin sheet of ice all over the freezer, you do want to go ahead and dry the freezer out really well. So just get a nice soft dry cloth and dry everything out super well, including the rack that you just cleaned off. So at this point, I had already been to the Container Store to pick up my bins. I'll link the ones that I purchased below, but you can also click on my blog post that's linked below to find the ones that are really similar on Amazon. When I was cleaning out the freezer earlier and categorizing everything into piles, I came up with 6 categories for my 6 bins. So I'm going in with a dry erase marker and just writing temporarily what I think will go in each bin. Be sure to use a dry erase marker because, as you'll see here in a minute, this will change several times as you figure out how things will fit best in your freezer. And here are my temporarily labeled bins. We got veggies, entrees, meals, appetizers, meats, and sweets. Now at this point I had put everything back in my freezer so it didn't thaw out, but I'm pulling everything back out and putting everything just roughly into the bins that I think that they should go in based on the category they belong with. Now, I just start kind of putting bins back in the freezer one at a time, and then I start seeing how things will fit best in the freezer. As you'll notice, I have less space on the bottom shelf from bottom to top than I do on the top shelf. So I have to start kind of playing a giant game of Tetris to see what fits best where and which bins are gonna require more space than the smaller ones. Okay, we've run into a little bit of a problem. These are too long for the door to shut because of this piece back here. Freezer, whatever that is. So I have to put these wider ones on the bottom, but the food has to stand up in them. So I've got to figure out a little bit of Tetris here, figure out how to make this work. Give me a minute. Okay, I made that work. So I'm changing this from sweet to meals. So this is why I recommend using a dry erase marker, because you're gonna end up moving things around to different bins inevitably, and it'll all end up working out in the end. It shuts. That's all we needed was for it to shut. It shuts, it shuts, it shuts, shuts. So now all that's left to do is label these puppies. I used my Cricut Maker to cut out vinyl labels for my refrigerator door and for the bins as well. And then I used transfer tape to put the labels on everything. You can purchase these in my Etsy shop if you don't have a Cricut to make them yourself. There's also a million other people that sell them on Etsy, so feel free to look around. Now tell me, how satisfying is this reveal? It looks so great and I'm obsessed with it. Let's do a quick before and after just so you can see what a crazy change this has made in our lives. All right, this is freezer before. Scary, dirty, messy, disaster, horrific, gross, yuck. Freezer after, heaven, organized. I can see everything and actually find what I'm looking for or see what I'm out of when I'm grocery shopping. There you have it, Drab to Fab freezer in less than 2 hours. So quick and easy. I promise this will be a game changer for you and your family. Be sure to leave me a comment below and let me know what you thought of this process. Let me know if you have an organized freezer. How does it save you time and money? I'd love to hear how you went about this project on your own. Be sure to like and comment below, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time here on Messin' with Meggie. Thanks, bye.